and welcome to Marketing and Margaritas. You're joined by Jade and I for one of our shorty soundbite episodes. These are where we go through some FAQ, little tidbits, random things we think of that we want to share with you. Today, you get email marketing timing. It's probably a question that we do get asked a little bit often is, how often should I be sending out an EDM?
Yeah, basically, it is when people are first starting out. It's definitely something that I get asked all the time. And my answer is always that, like everything else I say in marketing, it depends.
Not one size fits all.
So,
not too much, but not enough.
Yeah, exactly. Not too often, but not too infrequently. Answer done.
Ta-da.
I don't know what more people want. So basically, it's like thinking about the kind of content that you're doing. So if you're doing a full, informational, like news-heavy newsletter,
yeah.
Or are you doing like a kind of like a quick and simple, like a few product spotlight, or are you doing like one product as a bit of a deeper dive, and how much information you're communicating.
What's your
in
style?
that?
Yeah.
And then also thinking about who the audience is and what they would prefer. So if you're sending out something that's chunkier in content, you probably want to go a bit less frequently. Whereas if you're sending out something that's quite simple and only takes a couple of moments to go through, that's where you can get a bit more frequency. But it's really about what your audience is looking for as well. So is the kind of products and services that you offer something that they need kind of frequently,
yeah.
And therefore frequent reminders would be good. For example, Kmart.
If you have regular sales or promotions, need to be updated.
That's it, sort of thing. Whereas, there's certain services that you might only need occasionally, so you're not really doing email marketing to keep them updated on all the new products and services coming out. You're just reminding them about, what you can offer and how you can help and what your value is, so that if they do need your service, then you're there.
Line. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. And again, it's so it's weighing up those different things. How much content are you putting in there? What type of content is it? Who is your audience? What do they want to see? And then whatever product or service you have, how frequently is that actually required?
And the best thing to do is review your results to see what goes well and what doesn't.
100%. Right. Use your analytics. That's one of the beauties of digital marketing is we can look and go, okay, I tried sending this once a fortnight and once a month and once a week. What will my click-through, what were my open rates, what were my click-through rates, what was my unsubscribe rate, etc. Like, let your audience tell you that story about what they want to hear from you and how often they want to hear it.
Yeah, but being consistent, like, yes, change it up and see what works, but don't change it up and go, I sent it once in August and then I waited 6 weeks and then I sent it 2 weekly for 3 times and that didn't work. Like, that is not a big enough scope of data to review against.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you've got different types of news, you can send it in different ways. So we do a weekly Wild Oats newsletter, and we've changed up the style a little bit on how we're doing that at the moment, which has been fun. And we're reviewing and seeing how that is going. But also, if we have an exciting workshop coming up, or we're doing a promotion, or there's a special campaign we're focusing on, we'll do an e-blast. So that doesn't happen very often, but when we've got extra news, we don't just wait for the one weekly newsletter. We try and tell people about it. So you can use different methods for different pieces of information.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, if you think about, for example, say a business like Coles, people will there are people who buy groceries every couple of days sort of thing. So it is like a frequent use kind of product that they have. And also the variety.
Yes.
They have, like if you were a toothpaste seller, like yes, people use toothpaste every day, but it's not exactly something that I don't need 50 million different types of toothpaste to choose between.
It weekly.
And I don't need to be buying it all the time sort of thing. So not that I can't imagine a toothpaste seller would actually have a newsletter, but just as an example.
Yeah.
But with Coles, it's like they might send out an email, say once a month of like their favorite recipes from their staff. I don't know if they do this, but I'm saying say they did that.
No, you're on point.
All right. There you go. See, I'm on par with Coles marketing. And then, but then during the week they might have a few specials sort of thing. So here's a couple of items, here's a couple of items. So if they're in your inbox every 2 or 3 days with just a few kind of highlight products, but then still doing some educational content once a month where you can kind of interact with it more, that would be what I would consider a good EDM strategy, including timing for that particular service. I'm trying to think like business. There, I couldn't think of the word business. Oh man, it's been a long day.
Yes. So they've worked out who their audience is and what they're going to be wanting from their newsletter. So I think that also can help really dictate the length of your newsletter, because that is a problem. Some people are like, I don't know what to write about, or they're on the other scale and they're like, I've jammed it full of everything, and our newsletter is 5 pages long. And it's like, whoa.
No one wants to see that. Yeah.
If it's going to take me 2 coffees to get through this, it's too long.
And it is, like, I subscribe to some newsletters where I'm actually really interested in what they have to say, but because they put in, say, 4 articles rather than 2, I like tap out early. You know what I mean? So whatever that other content is, I'm missing it each time because it's just too much in one go, even though I actually am interested.
Yeah. I save emails and I'm like, I'll come back and read this. And then all of a sudden I'll have bulk of them in there that I haven't had a chance to read, and then I end up
delete all?
I delete all and I unsubscribe because I'm like, I haven't had a chance to read them. It was something I was interested in, but it was too much and I've not been able to keep up.
That's what they reckon. The same thing with like memberships as well. It's like we think that people need to have a lot of value from us, whereas if you do a few things really well, and you help people, that's all they want. Whereas if you give them too much too often,
it's overwhelming.
They overwhelm. And so rather than staying on your list or staying in your membership, they'll actually opt out because you're giving too much.
Right, well, that's an interesting take-home measure. But I hope that's helped with your email marketing timing, and good luck sending your EDMs to your clients.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Marketing and Margaritas. Find more free marketing tips, tricks and laughs at rebelnation.com.au.